Hello and welcome back to another Out of Spec Reviews video. Welcome to the Volkswagen ID.3 Pro and welcome to the world famous Nürburgring, one of my favorite places on the planet. And this is actually truly one of my favorite cars. It's so easy to live with, it's so comfortable, it's just a good car. But I wouldn't necessarily use the words sporty or dynamic to describe the Volkswagen ID.3. However, today I'm taking some of my friends with me and we're gonna go take this around the Nürburgring for a full lap to see how it does. This is the Volkswagen ID.3 Pro. This means it has the 62 kilowatt hour battery pack installed, about 58 kilowatt hour usable. This is on the brand new software from Volkswagen. Unfortunately, I can find nowhere to turn off traction control in the system. I know there is a fuse you can pull, but since this isn't my car, I don't necessarily want to do that. Forgive a little bit of the mess, but look at how cool this interior is. This beautiful glass roof. You have to forgive everyone's here ripping their stuff around. Massaging seats. I think we'll put those on for the lap. This thing looks great. I wish we had it in the US. And if you guys watch Inside EVs, you'll know the story of how that wheel got curbed. It wasn't us, but it was right before we got it. And man, what a disaster that was. Anyway, let's get this car basically out on the ring with our friends over here. You can see my girlfriend Alyssa, Tijmen, and my friend Robin all the way over there. We're gonna jump in this car. It's fully charged, 100%, and we're gonna put it in sport mode and rip it for a lap of the ring, shall we? Gotta love it. Amazing place here and amazing cars. You guys are always complaining about how dirty my car is in videos, and a company called EV Wash has reached out to solve this problem. This is a reusable, sustainable washing system that's branded specifically towards EVs. Take a look at this. It comes in this really nice carrying case. I can open it up. I have all of the towels I need, all of the different equipment I need, for example, glass cleaner. And when this really nice bottle runs out, you can purchase a refillable, 100% biodegradable refill pack, fill up your bottle, and that way it's much more sustainable than normal car cleaning products. EV Wash, use the code OUTOFSPEC30 for 30% off your order. Link is in the description. You join us now in the ID.3. This is the 62 kilowatt hour gross capacity, 58 kilowatt hour usable. Alyssa, do you know what that means?
Not a clue.
All right. And we are joined by Robin and Tijmen in the back as well. We're gonna go for some hot laps in the ID.3. So you always just choose the gate that's the most open. We'll go behind this Opel Astra Turbo that's been doing laps. I've seen them all day because I've been ripping the Taycan around earlier. So let's get this window down. We gotta get super duper duper close to get the card read. I don't know how everyone just doesn't curb their wheels. And great, off we go. We've loaded apparently enough money onto that card. That's great. And Alyssa, you've been around the Nürburgring before.
Correct.
And what do you think?
It was all a blur when I drove with that guy.
Right, we did a M5 ring taxi lap when you were here last, and that was awesome. Should we go massaging seats on? That's the benefit of the ID cars. This is not meant to be a performance car, just sort of a, you know, everyday driver, but we gotta see what this thing's like on the ring. Technically, this is an open toll road, so you can bring anything you want here on the ring. No way to turn traction control off, but I'm wide open throttle, and wow, this is a big difference already from the Taycan. So
this is so slow.
Let's see, we're already going for a pass. We're going for a pass of the Honda Jazz, which is a Honda Fit in the US. Look at this. Whoa, it feels floaty compared to the other cars. Totally a weird line because we had to pass those cars, but we'll be keeping an eye on behind us. Let's see if the brakes can hold up. And coming in under braking. Look at that, power on rotation, Tijmen. Do you feel that?
Barely.
Barely, well, traction control, but it wanted to slide. And come on, give me full power. So this has the 150 kilowatt rear motor installed, which is a really awesome little motor. It's the same motor that we get in the ID.4, letting us go for a pass. I honestly don't know how much grip we have, but we're trying. Come on, little ID.3, let's go. Here we go, nice. Coming in down this way, on the braking, stuffing it in, big power, and it's just hanging on for dear life in here. Under braking. So same horsepower output as, ID voice assistance coming up. Same horsepower as ID.4 in the US, 150 kilowatts, but we have a smaller battery pack here. You look at these guys. The photographer was surprised by our silence. We still have we started, by the way, with like 98% state of charge. Really good on the battery pack. No sign of thermal limiting yet. Stuffing it around here. Get right up to the edge for the camera people. And we're wide open throttle. There's some spicy cars coming up behind, but honestly, not as quickly as you'd expect. We're at the top speed here of 160. Prepare for some weightlessness. Woo! We're gonna move to the right and let these guys pass on by. So, indicating a pass. There we go. And we'll give them another one for the other McGann. Come on! This baby isn't as slow as we were expecting. So, in terms of the car, we have it in sport mode. This one has dynamic chassis control, so everything's in full stiff, basically, and we are just sitting at the top speed limiter of 165 kilometers per hour, 164 here. Braking at the triangle, but we don't really need to brake too much. Feels like a rotor's warped. Alyssa, what do you think of the ID.3 in general? Best way to unwarp it is just to slam it, right, Tijmen?
Exactly.
I think it's a great car.
Yeah?
Definitely would get this car if I had it in the States. Especially
really?
over my over my i3 compared.
Yeah? Gorgeous.
Yeah, this would be a good dog wagon.
Yeah, and would you go for this over ID.4 in the US?
You know, I'm not quite sure. I'd like to kind of get a feeling for both of them at the same time.
That guy just went for a hard pass, now we're going this way. That guy just we indicated, we did everything right, and he just went super crazy on by. Weird line entry into this corner. We have a pickup truck coming up behind us. What? We're literally tire squealing speeds. And it was like, is it a Ford Ranger? It's a Ford Ranger behind us, but we're walking away from him. I think we got stuck in a little bit of that traffic. So you like the ID.3, Alyssa?
Yeah, I do. It's a very practical car, and I like practical cars.
Robin, what do you think?
I like it as well.
You do?
Yes.
Nice. Well, I'm really enjoying driving this car. The brakes are not holding up well. We need to be, yeah, it says travel assist is currently unavailable because the brakes are too hot. Front assist availability is limited. Oh no, we have almost no brakes. We got to slow down by scrubbing speed with the tires. So we're just going to be mindful of this. We'll let the truck go by. We'll give them a second to cool down. Thankfully, we do have regen, but that's full brakes right there, folks.
That's comforting.
Yeah.
Yep. There goes the Ranger. Yeah, so we have a whole bunch of spicy cars coming up, so we'll just drive on the right with our signal on, nice and slow, let them all go by. Gotta love that. Yeah, all the warning lights here because the brakes are gone. Coming into the tight section. Full brakes. Wow, really zero thermal longevity here. We weren't even that hard on the car, but part of this is due to, of course, the traction control system limiting, or I should say trying to grab brakes around the corners. If there was a way to disable ESP or to back it down, which I've looked everywhere in this software under the braking menu, you just can't. Mandatory speed limits here, so not everyone follows them, but we will do our best to just take it nice and easy through this little section because there's some ambulances and things that need to come out here. Now, back to de-restricted zone, so let's pavement change, full power up the hill. See how this thing climbs. Still no sign of thermal limiting. We do get traction control, but it's still producing full power right here. So quiet, isn't it?
Yeah. I will say I wish I didn't need a sausage before this.
Oh, did you just had lunch, that's right.
Yeah.
GT4 absolutely shredding. Yeah, we need to be really careful with the braking situation here.
Well, you're the captain of the ship right now. So,
Yeah,
so maybe I shouldn't say
we.
we, I could just say me. So this thing with some upgraded brakes would actually be a little bit of a hot hatch, especially in GTX form or ID.3R, whatever they're going to call it. And then, you know, they've already confirmed they're going to make an electric hot hatch from Volkswagen Group. Well, Tijmen, would you be all over that?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'd take a Taycan before as my first EV than this.
Yeah, when you can afford it.
Yeah, exactly. But I think brakes and suspension on this would change the entire car.
Totally agree, totally agree. We're gonna start slowing down here for 3 corners ahead, so we're just gonna give the brakes as much time as we can to cool. You know, shredding around the Taycan today, of course, with the carbon ceramics. Man, is that an impressive car, chassis, and braking system. You can just pound it around all day long. 997 turbo with a really good sounding exhaust. It says 911 top, and in Porsche world, top internally means turbo or turbo S, top spec. We do have thermal throttling now. I did not expect to see this here because on the mountain roads in ID.4 we don't thermal throttle, but again, this is a smaller battery pack. We'll brake super early here. Normally it's standing on the brake pedal here, the corner just before we get to the carousel, of course, and we're gonna climb our way up the hill. Here we go. Gonna aim right for the photographer every time. And should we take the carousel in the ID.3?
It's a must.
It's a must, I agree. So coming in here, dropping in straight. Bump, 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 bump. I love this so much. Just a crazy coming out of the carousel. Absolutely awesome. We have some cars coming up behind. We will let them pass as they approach. And yeah, I have to say this car feels really fun and cool and exciting, but it's just the braking system that lets it down. So we'll keep letting everyone go on by. Oh, drifting the little Miata in the corner there. That was awesome. And we got one more, and then we can open it up, and the brakes are starting to feel good now that we've been easy on the car again. So there they are, going for the pass. Oh, perhaps one more going. There we go, and back to full throttle. Braking here, of course. Let's see if we can keep up with these guys through the fun section. Man, the chassis is so well balanced though. You can really throw this thing around. And, oh, what a cool little car. Right at the edge of grip through here. We have another yellow Megane RS coming through. Miata coming through. Come on, let's go. Pass. Great. And we will stick back in here. And full power. We'll hit the rumble strips just for fun. Braking, turn in at the pavement change. And we want to track out, but it feels really weird. We're going to let this guy go by. Actually, we had almost as much power as him. I didn't want to drag him down the straight, but that was a cool little test to see. Almost a little accident there. I didn't actually see.
Nah.
Just bouncing.
Oh. Here we are coming up on a Ford Focus wagon. Let's see if we can take him on the inside. Whoa, it's a little tight. Little tight, but we're going for it. Up over the hump. Hold on tight. Woo! Catching air. Right on the edge of the tire. It's a good thing we full charged this before because we've lost quite a bit of battery already. And Porsche coming in for a pass. Uber hold prestige right there. That thing sounds awesome, doesn't it, Tijmen?
Yeah.
And now we're thermal throttling, so we're at the limit here. Keep it pinned.
He just has his blinker on.
Braking here in a straight line and turning the car in. Man, it's so balanced under throttle because it doesn't honestly make that much power, and it is over, you know, sort of thermal throttling, but not enough to put it into turtle mode or anything like this. We just have the last little bit of the available throttle not for use. Sticking it in here, full power, woo! Traction control doesn't know what to think. I wonder how many ID.3s have been around here. It's got to be a few.
Yeah, it's pretty popular, very popular.
Yeah, we see them all around Europe. We have a car coming in for a pass here.
I don't think anyone really does this with their ID.3.
Yeah, maybe not.
Company cars.
1M right there, Tijmen. That is gorgeous.
Nice.
We are pegged, trying to keep up, but of course we can't. We'll hit max speed again really quick. Oh, big thermal limit here. Big thermal limit. And we're gonna regen off. There we go, 160 Ks past the finish line, 100 miles an hour, finishing our lap in the ID.3, of course, about 4 minutes slower than the Taycan. But it's actually an enjoyable lap. The car's so easy and balanced and feels great. And we have 4 people in here. So, Robin, you've went around in the Taycan before. What's your impression of both?
I preferred the Taycan.
Well, that seals the deal right there. But I really enjoy this little ID.3. I think it can do a lot more than, you know, sort of what it says on the spec list. You can have fun with this, and I'd really love to see someone kind of kit one of these out. Wouldn't you, Tijmen?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, that'd be
a great
fun.
show car.
Yeah, great show car for like stunt stuff and things like this.
Yeah, but then also, I feel like it'd be great for smaller tracks.
Yeah,
If
well,
you actually did like good suspension, wheels, tires.
yeah, because it's really actually nimble and not that large. And now it's fully recovered from its thermal limit. So that's impressive right there. I don't know if it's the battery overheating, the motor, the inverter, or what exactly. But one thing you never really want to do in this type of situation is keep the car stopped on the brakes. You always kind of want to keep inching it. And this way the pads don't fuse to the rotor. But drum rear brakes in this car. So they were holding on for dear life. Yeah. See you guys on the next one. What a fun lap that was in the little ID.3 62 kilowatt hour car. We won't talk about range because who cares when you're ripping around the racetrack. Let's see how much battery we did use though. Taking a look here. The charging, we used 22% roughly state of charge to do one lap. It's not bad. That Porsche just cut in front of us. I guess that's okay. I don't know.
I think they're going different.
You're a taxi.
Oh, I see.
This Camaro on the other hand.
Yeah, typical American driver right here.
Exactly.
It's got to be in New Jersey. Well, fun little lap in the ID.3. See you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.